I'm Dazza Greenwood, and here's a research update on activities so far in 2015 in the area of computational law and integrated business, legal, and technical systems architecture. The two main thrusts of research so far this year have been on automated data sharing agreements and mass-scale collaborative systems. The work has been materially advanced this year through collaborations, most notably the first inaugural American Bar Association MIT online legal appathon, they called it, really a hackathon, which was successful, yielding over 30 projects, and it was composed as an academic continuing legal education exercise. And so I think we can expect some really great follow-on from that. We also hosted the Code for America Code Across event, which had over 300 people at the Media Lab and spawned many terrific open civic hacking projects. Not least of which was the First to Disclose app proposed by Brooklyn Law School friend Professor Jonathan Askin, which got its start at Code Across. Jason Walsh has been a clutch volunteer collaborator this past semester, helping to lead a technical growing team of civic hackers work on the First to Disclose app, which enables the discoverability of prior art to help promote the use of open source hardware, as well as generally enable idea flow at scale. And he helped successfully engineer the integration of the OmniAuth Ruby gem, the Ruby on Rails gem, configuring it not only to allow users to log in to the app with their Google accounts or their GitHub accounts, but also with their MIT account. And this is very important because in addition to the convenience at the time of login, the same technology enables users to grant authorization to access a wide range of personal data and to manage the permissions for access and continued access to that data, including revoking them. It's called OAuth 2, and over the summer, Jason and I will be continuing work on First to Disclose to make it suitable and more convenient for use for online team collaborations that produce ideas. We'll be starting with online hackathons, the idea being that at the end of the hackathon, the project and the innovations it represents can be popped right into the database of First to Disclose and more easily discovered. More to the point, however, the same technologies can enable permission-based access to behavior and relationship information, allowing us to better study what types of teams can be formed at higher, ever more optimized performance levels, and to better understand the relationships and the roles of individuals on teams and how that relates to their productivity, levels of satisfaction, and to better optimization as a whole of the systems within which they're collaborating. And here's Jason to talk about the scope and the plan for work this summer.
So as part of the project work that we did with First to Disclose, we added in some social login functionality, and as part of the summer research, we're going to look at extending that so we have a deeper penetration into some of the collaboration activities that people can use during the project's work that they're doing. As part of that, we're also going to look at additional project reuse so that people, when they work on a project, can extend that at a later hackathon. Additionally, we're going to be building out collaboration activity streams associated with the people, the projects, and the hackathon itself as people go through time and interact with other people and other entities during their project work. We're going to be looking at building in support based on those social logins for things like Google Hangouts and GitHub and IRC and Twitter to see what sort of activity they've created during the hackathon. And then as part of that, aggregating all of that collaboration data into a hackathon or collaboration entity that is then able to be shared as a protected resource, either through First to Disclose or via MIT itself as a protected resource.
So if you'd like to learn more about this project or to participate yourself, go ahead and contact Jason directly, join us in GitHub, or come participate in our regular Tuesday Hack Night at Cambridge Innovation Center's Tuesday evenings with the Boston Brigade of Code for America. Other ways that we're looking at exploring how computationally to understand team dynamics in large-scale collaborative systems are with the company TweetPing's real-time visualization of Twitter data by composing particular hashtags to represent teams, projects, ratings, and events, broken into rounds. And this information can also be visualized in 3D. And working with symmetry, we have already begun to model how a real-time 3D rendered environment can look. And given the number of different dimensions of data and the varied complexities of the dynamics of such a large-scale set of collaborations and layers of activities and sequences of rounds, we feel that the reduction of dimensionality and the ease of get it at a glance that 3D environments can offer when they're composed and designed well may offer a significant benefit for the management and also participation in this rather novel mode of communication and collaboration that will enable and has already enabled hundreds of people to all talk at once, but because it's sequenced and patterned well, to be able to coherently contribute to a high quality result. This could also enable hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, or more people to all talk at once and to create otherwise impossible levels of innovation at unimaginable degrees of efficiency and productivity, and in virtually no time. Well, at least that's what we plan to test. And as part of the testing and explorations this summer to prepare for such large-scale environments, we'll be taking a look at how best to form teams based upon automated processes and computational and statistical models that rely upon access by permission to individuals' personal data, as well as the types of economic and other incentive-based models needed to focus and motivate so many people in so many teams, whether that's sharing of profits or other ways to align and to allocate benefits and resources on some of the new value that can be created by such systems. Taking a look at video games is one way that I've been trying to understand better what the system and other design requirements would be for the very large-scale systems and huge numbers of teams that we're talking about for online hackathons and MOOCs. And to that end, I've been collaborating with Shoshannah Tekofsky, who is a visiting grad student at the MIT Media Lab and has been focusing her PhD research on the computational social science team dynamics and individual roles and psychometric models of players in video games. So along the way, we developed what might be an interesting idea for more of a human dynamics styled research study. Here's a brief clip of Shoshannah describing in a little more detail how such a study could be composed.
My research approach consists of gathering and analyzing mass-scale in-game behavioral data and self-reported psychometric data from thousands to hundreds of thousands of volunteer participants online. In previous research, I found that personality, age, and playstyle in shooter games are interrelated, with the most interesting result being that older players have a decreased individual performance, but a greater focus on team performance. Currently, we're working on a new research project that consists of a mass-scale data collection effort across game genres and a wide range of cognitive traits. The project can branch into multiple potential research routes that offer opportunities for collaboration with human dynamics, such as the use of big data algorithms on the behavioral and psychometric data, the analysis of cooperation and team behavior in online groups, and studying the communication patterns of successful teams. On the topic of communication in teams, we would like to propose the potential of extending and/or enriching the human dynamics collaborative communications research by looking at communication patterns of successful teams in video games. Specifically, the video game League of Legends offers a unique opportunity to research collaborative, team-based, goal-oriented communications by allowing access to timestamped chat data embedded in the behavioral context of the communications as they occur. We would not request access to the chat content, but only the meta traits of the chat that can be used to explore a variety of research questions, such as: do successful teams consist of individuals that contribute in equal frequency to the chat communication? Do successful teams only communicate around meaningful events or also allow chatter in between? And do different roles in the team correspond to different communication protocols and patterns? The research proposal is related to ongoing research at Sloan by Young-Ji Kim under Thomas Malone, where they look at the relationship between the collective intelligence of a team and their performance in League of Legends. If any researchers at Human Dynamics are interested in collaborating on the League of Legends chat data proposal, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
And to find out more about computational law research this semester, check it out at law.MIT.edu or jump in to GitHub.